For this style, you need 5.5 yards of fabric and a stretchy fabric preferably. So first fold your fabric into two. You're going to be measuring 5 inches first before you start. So rule it. So just leave that 5 inches there. We'll get back to it later. So place your waistline plus 1 inches on that line. So my waistline is 17.5 plus 1, that's 18.5. So I place 18.5 on that line. I use my hand to walk up to the top, and then because it's an off shoulder, you're going to be offing 6 inches. And then you mark the length of your armhole, and then you go ahead and extend the lines. On the first line here, you're going to put 5 inches neck width, and then you go to the armhole line, which is your chest line. You put your bust divided by 4. So because it's a stretchy fabric, don't add allowance. But if you're not using stretchy fabric, add your seam allowance. Then go to that waistline, you put your waist divided by 4, and don't put allowance because it's stretchy. Then go ahead and connect together, just as you can see on your screen, just like this. Okay, now the bodice is ready. It's a basque waist, so you measure 4 inches downward, and then from that 4 inches you connect it to the waistline, just like you can see on your screen. You see, that's the reason why you need to first leave space before you start. You understand? So now basically the front is ready. We're going to go ahead and cut this out. It's a tube top, so just cut it out, just like you can see on your screen. You can see the armhole and the neckline is blend together, just like you can see on your screen. So the next thing is to cut the back. Place another fabric into 2 folds. You first leave your zip allowance before you start. Then locate your actual waistline. When you get your actual waistline, at that point you will not take anything. So from the folded edge, nothing, right? So from the folded edge at the top, you mark 1 inch for your zip allowance, and then at the base there you also mark your zip allowance of 1 inch, and then you're going to now connect all these points together from 1 inch below to the waistline, nothing, then to the top 1. Do you understand? So that's your zip allowance. We have contoured the zipper side so that the zip will not budge. Then go ahead and cut exactly the same shape, but we will still do a little modification. But just look at what I'm doing for now. So cut it exactly the same shape, but the back will not have the upper part. So the back is just going to be straight from the armhole. So fold it downward like this to the armhole, and then cut it straight. Can you see? So it's a tube, so the back don't need to be very high at the back. If not, it's going to look ugly. So now this is how it looks. So remove the front from it. Now let's do a little modification to the back. So from the base, you're going to come up 2 inches, and then you're going to now blend it to the waistline. We are cutting this part off. This is the secret that will enable your zip not to budge. So don't skip this step. So make sure you notch your zip allowance of 1 inch, and then come to the top, also notch the zip allowance of 1 inch. Okay, I don't want the back to be this straight, so I came down by ½ inch just to give the neckline at the back a little curve, just like you can see. When you open it up, this is what you have. And to further prevent the zip from bulging, because this is a stretchy fabric, you need to fuse the zip allowance with soft paper stay so that it will not stretch out the zip allowance. So go ahead and cut your lining. I'm using same fabric as lining, reason being that I want it to stretch the same way. You understand? So cut it exactly the same way. Don't forget to also fuse the zipper side on the lining with the paper stay. Do you understand? So we have 2 fronts and then 4 back. Do you understand what I mean now? Because the back is into 2 panels, right? So we use the same fabric as the lining. So when you want to sew, this is how you sew it. Place the front, place the back on top, and then you sew the side. You repeat the same thing to the lining piece, or you do it the way I'm going to do it. So just let's go to the sewing machine and start sewing. So first of all, I use the lining to turn the back. I'm using safe fabric as lining, right? So I sew the upper part, then I sew the zipper side with ½ inch. Then when you're done, you turn it out to the good side. You're going to also repeat the same thing to the second side of the back. When you're done with that, this is how the back looks. Don't forget to marry the mouth and the hemline together so that it will be one single piece. Can you see, just like that? Then spread the front, let the right side be facing up, and place the back on it, just like you can see on your screen. And then you place the lining for the front right on top of it, just like this. Then you're going to sew the side. I'm using 1 inch to sew the side seam because it's a stretchy fabric. And then at the upper part, I use ½ inch. And you sew that. Then when you get back to the side seam, you also sew with 1 and then that's it. You notch and then turn everything out to the good side, and then the upper bodice is ready. Don't forget to also marry the mouth of the hemline of the front together. Now let's cut the down part, which is the highlight. I'm so excited about this. So first of all, fold your fabric into 2. The length is 60 and then like this is also 60. Then the next thing is just to grab it like this and use it to form a triangle. When you do it like this, it will be into 4 folds, and then you're going to place it on a flat surface. I'm using the floor so that the camera can capture every details for you, because if I use table you may not see it well. So at the bottom here, can you see, you're going to get your hip divided by 4 with extra 2. That's going to be the M line, and you're going to mark it and roll it. Then from there you place your gown length under your line with any allowance. Use your hand to walk it to the top, and then you're going to locate the waistline. The waistline we use is 18 and a half, right? Don't forget to use your own measurement, okay? So once you mark it, you're going to now use your ruler to connect it to the extreme end over there. So can you see, you can make sure everything is properly aligned, there's no wrinkle. So just use your ruler and connect it just like you can see on your screen. This is a perfect triangle. Then you go ahead and cut this out. Can you see? So you also cut this part straight to the top. There will be slit in front. If you don't want it to have slit in front, the upper part is on a fold, right? Don't slit it, but the front is having slit on the style we are recreating, so that's why you have to slit it from beginning all the way to the top. So you have front slitted, the back is also slitted, like it's open, that's what I mean. But if you want your front to be on a fold, the upper part right now is on a fold, but I'm slitting it, as you can see. You will not slit yours, do you understand? Then go ahead and cut just like you can see on your screen. Can you see how I'm bending my head? If you see the way blood is flowing to my head in this position, you will give me a follow. If you are not a channel member yet, click that join button so that you can become part of the channel supporter, part of the people that support me on this page, and hit that subscribe button also. So from here to here, you mark 7 inches so that you can use it to create your sighting. Make sure you notch it, so it's very important. Now, this is how this place looks like. The first two is going to be the front, so you're going to just go to the sewing machine, you sew it all the way to where you want your slit to be. You can make your slit to be any length you want, but I made mine to be 19 inches. Then the last two will be the back. You leave your zip allowance of 8 inches, and then from that point you sew it all the way to the down. Okay, so this is the front, and then this last two is the back. Take note of that, because if I open it now, you may not understand, so that's why I'm telling you now before I open it. But we are not done yet, because you know we extend the front at the upper part now to give you us basque waist. So from the top here now, you are going to be reducing it a little bit so that the length will not be too long. Okay, so now pay attention. This side now, this is the front. Don't forget, that's the side seam there. So this is the front now, the first two. Can you see? This is the front, the first two, the front. Take notes. I'm opening it so that you can see it well. So I'm going to come down by 3.5 inch. Just 3.5 inch. You mark it, and then you are going to blend it to the side, just like you can see on your screen. So click the like button. See the way I'm bending down to make sure I give you all the angles. One good turn deserves what? Deserves another. And type in the comment section, Yinka, you are sweet. Tell me, Yinka, you are sweet, so that I can be bringing you 5 style. You see, I am not bringing you boring style, right? I'm bringing you sweet styles. So type in the comment section, Yinka, you are sweet. So cut that part off. So this is going to be the front. Make sure you notch it so that you know that this is the front. Okay, now this is, locate the other side that I said is going to be the back. Can you see the other opening there, right? Can you see these two here? So this is going to be the back, and for the back, you're going to come down. You're going to come down by 2 inches, and then you blend it also to the side. Yeah, just like you can see on your screen, just 2 inches. So blend it to the side, just like so. The reason is that on the waistline at the upper part, you know, we came down so that it can give us basque illusion, right? Or basque waist, as it's popularly called. So you understand. So now this is ready. Make sure you notch your zip allowance. And now let's go to the sewing machine. First of all, you join the center front from the top all the way to where you want the slit to start from. When you get there, backstage and stop. Then you go ahead and hem the slit, just like you can see, just like this. Please click the like button and show Sweet Yinka some love. So when you sew to where the slits start from, keep the needle in, rotate the fabric and sew to the other side all the way down to the hem line. Now you're done with the front. Now match the back together just like this, and then you're going to measure 8 inches downward, and then from that 8 inches you start sewing with one all the way down to the hemline. So the 8 inches you left is for zip, for you to fix the zip later. So you sew it all the way to the hemline just like this. Then the next thing you want to do, you see that place that I say is the side seam that you notch. You're going to match the notch together just like this. You're going to sew down 1 inch. Then when you get that 1 inch, keep the needle in, rotate the fabric and sew all the way to the end of the triangle just like this. Can you see? Then when you're done, you're going to cut off this and then notch, just notch this corner. So you have successfully created your side seam. So that's going to be the side seam. So when you're done with one side, you do the second side. Just match the notching together. Look at it. Can you see? So you sew. Keep the needle in. When you get to 1 inch, rotate the fabric and sew all the way to the extreme end of the triangle. So you have to practice this so that you can understand it. But this is the zipper side. So now the next thing is to join the down part to the upper part. So you're going to fold your upper bodice into two, just like this, so that you can notch the center front. So that you can notch the center front just like this. Then the next thing is to open it up, and you're going to place the down part on it. Make sure you align the center front. You know the center front is having joining, so mash it together, and then you're going to place the excess of the down part to the upper part. But part is really big, right? So if you are pleating, if you are not careful, everything will not enter. So it's better you pleat ahead before you place it on the upper part, and that is exactly what I did. Or you gather, you can gather it. So make sure you gather everything to the circumference of the upper bodice. Do you understand? Because if you cut anything out from it, you will not get it to. Make sure you do it exactly the same way I've done it. So I pleated it ahead, then I now center the center front together like this, and then sew the down part on top of it. You can also gather it. Just gather the whole upper part of the down of the skirt part, right? Gather it to the circumference of the upper bodice. Exactly. Then you sew the two of them together. Ensure the side seam of the upper bodice align with the side seam of the skirt part. You know that triangle part that we sew here, that's the side seam for the skirt part. Don't forget, just like this. This tie is so fine. Hey, I wanted to show everybody. We're just looking at me. We're just looking at me. So when you are done sewing it together, you're going to go ahead and fix your zipper. And that's it. Your gown is ready. My sis queens, do you know I live stream every day, Monday to Friday? Yes, every Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. Nigeria time. I live stream. I teach you how to cut and sew on a daily basis on my channel. So if you are not following me, please follow me. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And that's it. Your gown is ready. So if you would like to see how I made the cape, because it's a 2-piece. This is the dress. The dress is ready. Don't forget to hem the down part. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. So if you would like to see how I did the cape, let me know in the comment section. If you're a channel member, it's going to be in the members only. You're going to have access to it today after this video. And if you're not a member, or if you're not part of the members, if you're not a channel supporter or subscriber, let me know if you want to see it so that I can bring it for you. But if you're members only, you're going to see it today. And this is the final outcome. It is so gorgeous. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on this beautiful tutorial today. I will see you all tomorrow. So sweet and stay sweet. Mwah. I love you. Don't forget to tag me when you recreate it. Bye for now. To my YouTube channel, go and watch how to make this gorgeous piece. It's a cowl dress. Actually, this is a two. This is a two. This is so beautiful. It is so elegant. and it's very unique. So if you would like to learn how to make this gorgeous piece, let me give you 360. 360 to the camera. So if you would like to see how to make this, let me know